Welcome back to Max Cut. What you're looking at is my motorized Eames chair. It's hard to believe that 7 years ago, this is where it started. My first motorized chair. I just had a potentiometer with a forward and reverse switch, and at the time of this video, only one of them was working, so you could only go one direction. It was like a little volume control that controlled the speed. Granted, that was one hell of a good time we had that evening, just messing with that chair, but it wasn't very practical. Not that it's practical 4 years later when it looks like this. I've had this chair for over 20 years, and I got it from this fine man who died this year. Rest in peace, Dewey Dryer. I don't have any video of when I was building these fenders or the base for this chair, so instead here are just a few snapshots of it along the way. I like this chair, so much so that when I had the fire in my garage, it's the one thing that I pulled out before the fire department said, nope, you can't be anywhere near there. But after years of abuse, it had some problems, needed some work done on it. So let's first disassemble it, take the chair part off. Okay, I might as well take this lower part off. Got two deep cycle batteries running in series, so they're 24 volts. I'm not exactly sure what this controller module was on this one, but one of the other issues was it was set up to be a mid-drive wheelchair, and this I was running it as a front-wheel drive, which got a little funky when you were going fast, and all of a sudden you turn that joystick just a little bit, and all of a sudden it spin you around. Unfortunately, it was determined that with one of these wheels locking up, the chair was not savable. It's a good thing I got another one in the van, straight out of South Dakota. Now I picked this one up for 50 bucks. It's got some issues. Right off the bat, I noticed that these wheels are not engaging. The lock on them isn't, which is kind of concerning. Hopefully that doesn't mean a bad motor. Got a loose wheel, but we can attach that. Get rid of this extra stuff we don't need. Now by taking this top piece off, you're losing a whole lot of weight. These things are heavy. But once you got that all taken off or loosened up, now we can get this back part off here so I can have access to the batteries. I haven't seen this set up the way they do this, but this is very convenient. It has Anderson plugs on it on both batteries, and once again these are wired in series, which is two 12-volt batteries. You take the positive from one to the negative of the other, and then you take the positive, the negative to the controller. If you haven't seen my video on the Anderson power poles, it's worth checking out. These are great connectors, and I use them all sorts of places. Now my first attempt was to use the 24-volt battery from my forklift. That should have plenty of power, but unfortunately it was sending a fault code to the controller that the batteries needed to be charged, which I don't quite understand. Maybe it's because the forklift has such bigger batteries they can operate when they're drained down more. I don't really know, but either way, it didn't work. And of course I'm connecting them with a Anderson power pole jumper cable, which I also have on my Datsun. I put them on all the wheelchairs. Next we get into the tilt function. Quick little tip here: if you strip out a screw, take your angle grinder, cut a slot into it, and then use a flathead screwdriver, and you get that screw out of there easily. Now They have a little ball switch that when it's tilted, it disengages the motors and it sends a signal that for it not to operate because it's unsafe. I've had issues with these mostly because I usually take them off. So then what you need to do is you need to make a jumper, also with the smaller Anderson power poles, between the two connectors. This particular one has red, black, white, and blue. Just connect the white and the blue and boom, you're done. I take all this off there. I use these actuators for all sorts of different things, like on the plows. I'm going to be using one to make my desk a stand sit desk. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm also going to be using one to open the power window in my garage. In order to make sure you see the next video, please like and subscribe. If you think these videos are too short, too long, leave a comment below. And thanks for watching.